it looks a little like whoop whoop, like a butt.
It's gonna be a longer video.
Oh my gosh, it looks so cute! Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taya and this is Alexandria, my medieval cloud core island. Today we are going to be talking about
custom designs.
I know I have been teasing this video for a very long time. I wanted to show you my completed cloud path in this video. I did some refinements on this cloud path, matching up some of the colors that I had used. I am incredibly happy with how this path came out. So basically what you are trying to do is create a cloud. It's a little bit tricky to get used to at first, this cloud path. You can't use it the same way that you would use a regular 9-tile path, and this does have 11 tiles that go with it. So you kind of create the fluffiness of it like this, for example, and then you would fill in with the sky pattern. And I did create as well a bottom, an alternate bottom. This was based off of a path that I found on Pinterest, and I will of course leave the links for inspiration down below. But the one that I found on Pinterest was very lightly colored, and this cloud path much more accurately matches the color of the sky in the game. So this is the cloud path that I have created. It is 11 tiles, and I based it off of a pre-existing path that I had. With that in mind, I have another path in my collection that is working really nicely for this snow on my island at this moment. I am still not 100% sure if this island will actually be set in springtime for its final dream address. Who knows? I might actually end up liking winter on this island and going back to it. But I just kind of feel like trying something else out. I'm pretty done with winter, so
It's time.
now, as you can see, the light dirt path has changed quite a bit and the snow looks very out of place. Speaking of custom designs, if you hang your custom designs in the Able Sisters, your villagers will wear them. Oh my gosh, Shino. So cute. I will be releasing all of those custom codes. Oh, this area looks completely different, Shino's Forest, and as you can see, we have the pathing laid out. This path is very beautiful. I'll have all the links down in the description below, of course. If you want to create an entirely new path from scratch, it's best to start with the centerpiece. I'm going to follow the exact same process that I used for the cloud path while creating this new dirt path. And I'm going to start by erasing the center piece. Now you can see that the center piece, wherever I have used it, is gone on my island. But this is helpful because now when I create the center piece, I can see if it matches up style-wise with the other pieces that I'm going to add in. So I start each one of my custom designs by trying to establish the color palette. This is more colors than I will need to use, but I just like to have them established so that I know approximately the colors that I'm gonna want on this custom design. Pressing X and then going to this change color function. If you don't have the change color function, then you do have to upgrade your custom design portal from Resident Services. It's a Nook Miles redemption option to update your custom designs editor. We're gonna change colors and I'm going for like a dirt look. So we're gonna start with red. I'm gonna create my like darkest dirt color and then go to the next one and get a little bit lighter. Now I'm kind of trying to find like some accent colors. I think already this is a really good start for the color palette. As you can see, I haven't even used all of the color spots that I can. So that's nice, actually. I'm gonna work with these colors, and then if I need to add lighter and darker of each of these colors, I will. But I think that that is an excellent start. Let's see if those are good colors. Oh, I like them. It's a little bit too like flesh toned. I need to remove some of the redness from it or desaturate. I think I need to go towards the orange and yellows versus the reds. It's a long process. There's a reason why I haven't done this video yet.
It's gonna be a longer video.
I'm going to take each of my colors, bump it one towards the orange and one towards the saturation. I think if I can say anything is incremental changes are going to be better so that you don't change everything wildly and then you lose track of what you're doing. Make a small change, save it out, and then look at it. That is exactly what I wanted. On top of the light dirt path, it still works really well. That middle dirt color is almost exactly the same color as the in-game pathing, which is kind of nice. So I've made one more that's a lot darker. Yes, so that one adds like a lot of contrast to the grass, and it adds a lot of contrast over here as well. I am going to completely paste with a blank slate so we can get started. For this middle path, I'm going to start with this pretty dark pattern and we're going to chip away at it. So I am just going to randomly place little dots of other colors in this color palette that we have established. I'm just trying to like place down a bunch of little dots so that we kind of break up the just like brownness of it. This is going to be the base from which all the other patterns are built. We're going to use it for the edges. We're going to make sure that it can repeat well on itself, by itself. The thing that you want to avoid is like putting the dots of the same color too close together or too repeatedly. Like if you put 3 dots like this, then it's going to stand out if you're looking for a natural path. Then I'm going to go in with some lighter ones as well, just a few here and there. I don't want to go crazy on this. I'm realizing I'm going to have some more subtle brown tones too, but that's why we're doing this work. I'm going to go in with my darker color as well. I actually really like the way that this is coming along, but I think we need a couple of brown tones that are like suspiciously close. So as you can see, the more different, very subtly close colors that I add, the better. For this path in particular, I'm going to make a lot of very, very similar colors. There's like almost no difference between them. All of these colors are going to meld together when you put down the path, and it's going to make it look a lot more natural when you have like so many colors and your eye is just going to blur them together into a texture instead of dots. I find this process so relaxing, just like putting down dots like this, testing out pathing, going back out, and then you've created something completely custom. That's so cool. Okay, so this is what I have after some tweaking, and I would like to test out just the base texture to see if that works. I think it could go a little bit darker, to be honest. I think I need to actually bring the colors to be a little bit more similar to each other. From this view, you can see the individual dots. From the changes that I've made, you can see that it is much more subtle than before. And it looks much more just like a texture and less like individual dots. I think we're at a good spot with this. Now what we're gonna do is a little bit more scary. We're gonna start carving away little chunks out of this path. Wait, no, I'm too scared. I'm going to make a copy of this base path just in case I screw it up. And at least I have a backup now. I have a backup of the design so that if I mess it up at this point, I can at least get back my original one. So we're making the centerpiece. So we're gonna wanna make sure that it tiles well. So we don't wanna have anything that stands out as like very obvious. So we wanna start chipping away at different parts of this path to reveal the grass or path underneath, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. Okay, I don't know if this is working right now, so I need to like check it. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. Okay, this looks so cute. Okay, I think we have a pretty solid middle piece right now. What do you think about our middle piece? I know it's kind of distracting with the snow on either side, but I kind of like it. Okay, here you can see two that are like matched up very clearly. We can analyze this. You can tell where one design meets the other, but it's not super obvious. So I had some other colors there to add little flares and details. Like this one has little kind of like flowery dots, but I think I'm just gonna play it safe for right now. And then if I end up really liking this path, then I will add more of those colors to it. But it's good to have the colors from the outset. If I want to add to this path, I already have a couple colors that I know work well on every single one that I do from here on out. So it doesn't really matter which one you decide to do next. Let's start with the top right for no reason at all. So I'm going to delete it by copying over, and as you can see, it changed my island a little bit there. So now what we need to do is clip away at the top right corner of this design. And it's kind of nice that this pattern is very like broken. It's a little bit more organic of a process. So what I'm doing is I'm actually moving the Joy-Con in a circle and just like blocking out. It's very random. It's very fun. I am enjoying myself. The only thing that you really need to keep in mind when you're doing the variations on the center piece is that you want to keep the corners original so that they line up to the other corners on the path and don't look strange. That in mind, I am going to just like fill in a touch more of this corner just so that it flows back to the original path. Let's test it out at this point. Let's see what we have. Oh, it looks cute. And now it gives us a better chance to look at the path right up against the grass. And it is a very subtle path. If there are any color changes that I would like to make to the path, it's better to do it when I only have two paths to change it on versus when I've gotten farther down the line and I have to go back and change it on all of them to make the colors match between the different paths, chunks, tiles. I think it could stand to be a little darker. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to go and change it on both and remember the color changes. So I'm actually going to change it on our newest piece that we've made. It matches up better with the grass that I can actually see what's happening. So we're gonna make this a little darker. Oh my gosh, that's okay. I just went one step darker on the brightness. That's the only change we're gonna make for this round, just so I can change it back if we need to. Just one stage darker on the base brown. I think that already made a pretty significant difference, but I think I would like the saturation also to be a little bit different. I'm gonna make it two steps more saturated on the base color of brown. I like that a lot more. It stands out a little bit more from the grass as being like dirt, like a worn dirt area. Yes, okay. So now I'm going to make that exact same change on this path. So yeah, that looks much better. That stands out more against the grass. It's a bit broken up. It looks a little bit busy. We're gonna change the center piece, not the edge piece. I kind of like the edge piece, but I think we just need to fill in some of this chaos. One thing that's good about doing this process is that you have another path that you know that you like side by side with the path that you're trying to create, so you can compare and contrast them. I've done like a very chaotic middle piece, but they've actually shaded out the parts around the parts that are broken up, and their broken up chunks are actually quite a lot bigger than mine. So I'm again gonna go into the centerpiece, gonna make some of these broken up chunks in the middle a little bit bigger and try to shade around the chunks to make it work the same way that they've done it here. Might take me a hot minute. So this is where I've made a decision to do something and I regret it because these two little weird shapes look very weird. I don't like it. So now I have to go back and get my backup piece, which is now out of date. So I have to go, oh shoot, that's really out of date. I made a huge mistake, but maybe it's okay. I kind of like the solid middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break apart a little bit of the middle tile, but I'm going to leave the middle tile pretty much intact. This is what it's all about. Okay, that's the amount of dots that I'm going to take away from the center. That's it. I'm not going to go crazy like I did before. This was going so well until I ran over here and saw the path repeated amongst itself like a bajillion times. But I think I'm just going to ignore that for a little bit because I think I can make alternate centers, but I like it enough that I want to move on. Let's do the top piece. Keep in mind, this is going to have to line up, the top corner is going to have to line up with the other top corner. So even though this is like a top piece, we want to have some detail on that top corner still has to line up with the other top corner so that they tile nicely. But everything else in between can kind of shape itself down. So that's what I'm going to do. I like the way that this looks when it's beside curved pieces, but when it's beside itself, it looks a little like whoop whoop, like a butt. So we're gonna adjust that slightly. It's this top corners that need to come in a little bit, not too much. And then I need a little bit more through the middle here to avoid the butt shape. Already, that looks super cute. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, so now I can start to see the path coming along a little bit more. Oh, I think I want to do the bottom piece next. This is so exciting. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave like 1 pixel into the corner there. And then the rest, I'm just gonna like take away a little bit from the edge here. And from this point on, you can pretty well tell exactly how I'm building the rest of the path. Let's just fast forward through all of the bottom, sides, corners, little extra pieces, and it's time for the final path reveal. So there you have it, my custom-made dirt path from scratch that I made with you today. And I did post this up as a design code that you can download or use as reference for your own design code creation. I'm so glad that I was able to make this video. I hope that it helps you not be as intimidated to make your own custom paths. Both the cloud path and this new dirt path are up on my creator code. Go and check them out if you'd like. Use it as a template for your own custom designs. And I will see you all in the next one where we will be on Wabi Sabi creating some custom signage. There wasn't quite enough time in this video to get to both of those, but I hope you did enjoy, and I will see you all, as always, in the next one. Bye, everybody. Oh, hi. I think you're finally ready. It's time to teach you my signature reaction. I got the love reaction. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I had this one. It's been since my first island since I had this reaction. Yay! Oh my gosh, my heart. I'm so happy right now. Yay.